What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. I got another interview for y'all. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
You already know. Put it in the comment section.
Mr. Put it in the comment section.
Facts. Yeah. Illuminati, Chyna Brim, 050, the movement. Yeah, we making history. What up?
Oh, yeah. What's up with you? A lot of people ain't going to expect this one.
I appreciate you bringing me up
for
here.
Sure, for sure.
Jake.
Yeah, but I ain't going to spare you either. We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Okay. Listen, I'm going to let everything out.
We got a lot of shit to talk about.
I'm going to let everything out.
Before we get into the crazy shit, I wanna dive into your story because I've been seeing you for a while now. I've been on your platform.
Facts.
And I feel like myself and a lot of other people don't know the true story behind Chyna Brim. So let's start off with where were you from? Where did you grow up and what was life like for you?
All right. My family is a descent from Guyana.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I got Guyanese in me, a little bit of Dominican. So growing up, my mother was in the shelter in Brooklyn, you know, and that basically sent me in the streets. I'm the oldest out the family, you know, and being in the streets, I end up, you know, getting involved with gangs. Back in the days, it was something called Low Lives.
Okay.
That's what my father was a part in Brooklyn. So I tapped into that, which led to crimes. You know what I'm saying? My first robbery was crazy. I was like 12 years old. Me and my friends went and snatched the pocketbook. I'm keeping it real. Brooklyn time. We used to rob for bites. And it led to me, you know what I'm saying, going to jail, getting my first, juvenile offender case, my first juvenile offender case, which I stood in. I maxed out off a 5-year bid. That was my first bid.
How old were you when you went in for the first time?
I was 14 going on 15.
You got 5 years at 14?
Yeah.
Damn. So
yeah, I had like 3-4 cases. I had 3-4 cases, and they hold like New York. They will hold you in something called Sparfit.
What is that? The notorious like juvenile? Is that where like Tyson was at and all that shit?
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
this called Sparfit.
That's what I heard was like the most notorious juvenile in New York, and it was just straight gladiator time in there.
Straight gladiator school. It was scary at first. You know, you're young. You know, but I had to live by the rep of my father. You know what I'm saying?
So you had an expectation
my father
to live
had
up
life
to.
in prison. So, and his name was big. So anybody within the prison system, me coming in there, they like, that's little Barlow son. You know, but I wanted my own light. My father never liked their bloods. He used to tell me because they had knowledge of self, guard bodies. So I was raised under the guard body stuff. But, you know, majority of them was dope fiends. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen the bloods come in, it was like, you know, it was all love back then. You know?
Well, so what year was it that you went into Sparfit?
I went into Sparfit in 95.
Okay, so blood had already popped off.
Yeah, blood already popped, but it wasn't lit.
It wasn't, but was it already leaking into the juvenile system?
Yeah, it was leaking. It probably was on the house, like 2 blood dudes, but the blood dudes was real.
It was about it.
Yeah, when I first seen it, I'm like, all right, it's a lot of Nietas.
Yeah.
The blacks is scared of the Nietas and the Latin kings. So I'm like, they oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it real. Certain people, blacks couldn't get on the phone. I just was a knucklehead. I didn't care because I had time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a situation happened where they jumped the blood dude. So I couldn't stand there and watch that, and I got involved. But at that time, I figured out I was a fake blood at that time because there wasn't no codes or nothing.
Right.
It was back then. It was something called 101, 102, thick like quick. These is the old school codes. So when I actually went with the big dogs, DOC, which is corrections, they looking at me, official big homies. They looking at me like, yo, we heard of you, but you ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I had to change everything and come in correctly.
Walk me through your first day in Sparfit.
My first day in Sparfit, I'm gonna keep it real. I got hit with a tray in my face, arguing with this dude. He was like bugged out. But it was breakfast. We just woke up. I'm new. And he must have said something, which I don't remember, and he smacked me with a tray.
Well, before we even get there, right? Because my first time going into juvie, we got the Jack Center out here, the Juvenile Assessment Center.
Oh, okay.
So you go in there and they got 2 different colored bands. If you get a red band, you're going to dub, which is, you know, the Juvenile Detention Center. We call it dub because you do 21 days total, but you really only do 20 days. You do a dub. Okay. And they're either going to adjudicate you or send you to a juvenile program. So I got a red band, and, you know, it's not a CO, but whoever it is, they come in with the chains.
All right.
That's my first time seeing chains. They
yeah.
shackle you up. They bring you over to the juvie. You see the barbed wire fences for the first time. Okay. It opens up. They put you in. They strip you naked. You shower.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
So what was your experience for the first time, you know, going from booking to inside of the actual...
I'm going to be honest. The booking part, as far as when I had to bend over, you know, and it took me years to understand that the thinking of another man telling you to bend over and squat.
Right.
And then I just start figuring all these years I got accustomed to that. So something is mentally wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because when it first happened, I was like, bend over, squat for, what's all this about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you didn't do that, you know you're going to get you already know that what's going to happen. Like they threaten you, let you know what's going to happen. This is part of the process. So I did it. And I think from that start, the booking, it's like gladiator school. It makes you prepared for what's coming next. After that, I'm in Sparfit. I'm seeing people get cut. I'm seeing people get their snacks took in. We young at the time.
Oh, so they cutting in the juvie too?
Yeah, they cutting in the juvie.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Stomping dudes out. You know what I'm saying? But it was more of us, blacks oppressing blacks. Right. You know what I'm saying? As far as the Bloods. But when it's the Bloods going against the Latin Kings and the Nienta, it was a small portion who was really ready to go with them because of the numbers they had.
Now, what was the first time you seen somebody get cut? And how did you react to seeing that? Or were you already seeing shit like that on the streets of New York?
I never seen nobody on the streets get cut in Brooklyn. I seen it. I was in Juma Service. I want to say salute the boat right. It was a lot of my boy Snoop. It was, you know, it was a lot of dudes there, Al Bundy. And we all went to Juma Service. Because in, you know, DFY, even in prison, people go to religious services. Right. You know, to meet up with the homies.
Yeah, that's how a lot of kites get passed.
Yeah, kites get passed. So we had Juma Service, and the homie just got up while they making prayer. The Muslims making prayer, he got up and just clapped them. You know what I'm saying? And his whole face opened up. And I'm surprised. I'm like, yo, this is real?
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna lie, it shocked me. Yeah. But it shocked me into thinking, like, when I went back in my room, I said, if somebody play with me, I'm gonna set a tone in here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If he could do it, I could do it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because his name got lit after what he did, but they also gave him another bid and they sent him to Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? So it's things that came with it.
So it's a trade-off. Like, you're going to get that rep you want, but it's a lot more that come with it.
Basically, he was lit all through the streets and jail for him being known for cutting, you know what I'm saying, the Muslim in the Muslim service.
So knowing that you want to live up to your father's reputation, but you also want to have your own name, when was the first time you popped at somebody?
The first time I popped off of commissary, it was dumb. You know what I'm saying? My girl didn't put the money in for canteen. Right. You know, I wasn't actually the type who would run down on people or play the bully type because I was cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got a sense of humor. I like to, you know, bug out. I don't care who you are. But I didn't get no money. Everybody else went to commissary. Yeah. This guy, I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? So when I ran down on him, at first I didn't run down on him. I just said, yo, give me your food. And he swung. So I said, oh, he's crazy. I went, digged it out, and I cut him.
How was that for you? Because I'm going to be honest, my first
at the time I was lit.
You didn't give a fuck.
I didn't care. I was lit.
You weren't nervous or nothing?
Nah.
Really?
I wasn't.
Because different.
It was out of, when he swung, he didn't hit me. He just swung.
Right, but he already popped it off, though.
Yeah, he popped it off.
Okay.
And he wasn't really like a bozo. Yeah. Because I wasn't going to rob, you know what I'm saying, a regular dude. So they said, all right, listen, anybody could rob him. You know what I'm saying? So I robbed somebody who was somebody.
Now, when you cut him.
And I cut him by luck. Like, I'm gonna keep it real. I know he probably watching and laughing, like, keep it real, nigga. You cut me by luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cut him by luck.